Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today for you I have a Gunner Heat PC update video. As this past weekend there was a new update and a new vehicle was added with the update, as well as some additional features, including some features I find very interesting and very good, and a much welcome change to the game, even though the game is still in development. Let's give a quick pitch for Gunner Heat PC. I'm going to leave some information down below. Check it out. You can support them through Patreon. It is an ongoing project. It is in development. It's literally in development by 5 guys, like 5-6 guys. That's really it. But they are doing a really amazing job on the project, and it's nice to see new stuff added. It's nice to see the project flourish. It's nice to see some additional changes made, improved optimization, things of that nature. But let's go over the vehicle that was added with the new update, which is the M923. It's a cargo truck. It's the deuce and a half for the United States Army, and actually it was a quite common vehicle with various NATO forces. Actually, they would either have M923s in service in the case of the Canadians, or in the case of some other countries they would have vehicles inspired by the M923. So it is a quite important vehicle, and it would have been a very important vehicle in the Cold War, as it would have been the primary supply and cargo vehicle, as well as it would have been used as a troop transport as well. So there's a lot of things this vehicle would have done, and even now, well, I don't believe it's really in service now. I believe the M923s were completely replaced by M35A2s and M54A2s, but I could be mistaken on that. But I mean, it's a deuce and a half. It's a work truck. It's a Haas. You know, it moves cargo. It does what it needs to do. There's even wrecker variants of the vehicle as well. There's a lot of different variants, engineering variants, even command variants, where they have different types of radio systems, map tables, and etc. And the deuce and a halves, I've never actually seen any, but I do know they used to actually mount anti-aircraft guns on these as well, on like a flatbed variant, but I don't believe there's too many of them produced, or there wasn't too many used by the US military. That being said, it is a good truck. It's a sturdy truck, and actually in Gunner Heat PC it does got some pretty decent physics. I didn't get a look at the inside to see if the interior's done, but that being said, the interesting thing is actually the driver has physics himself, which I'm going to show off here in a little bit. Also, the cargo bed itself actually has some physics. If you notice, when I was going over some really hard bumps, the cargo bed was also shifting around. Now I'm having a bit of a struggle here trying to get up these ramps, although these ramps are quite steep for this truck. You really got to have yourself a full head of steam to get up these ramps. It is not a fast truck, but it is a reliable truck, and it can move around a lot of stuff. Now I suspect for the most part in missions it's really not going to do anything right now for you per se, as much as it's probably going to be one of those, it's going to be an objective based thing, where you might have to defend a convoy of these trucks, or you might have to get a group of these trucks from point A to point B, whatever. We're just going to drive around here a little bit more, show you how it looks, how it sounds. I think the sounds, personally, I think the sounds could use a bit of improvement, but still, it's not bad for early, like an early access deal, an early preview of the vehicle, if you will. And I do like the detail of the vehicle. The detail is definitely, like, wow, the detail is really good. They did a great job on the detail. I don't know if there's any variants of this that's got camo paint. That would be cool to see as well. But for right now, the vehicle being olive drab it makes me more than happy to see it. And it's definitely a nice little addition to the grouping of vehicles that we currently have in Gunner Heat PC. Let's see if I can't get that cargo bed to shake around a little bit more for you. Hopefully, you can kind of see it. I'm not really getting it to shake and shimmy around too much. It's basically the frame shifts is why that's shifting. Maybe right here. No, not too much. But you can kind of see that the cargo bed does move around, so that's neat. Now the next thing to show off with the M923 is it actually has physics. It actually has critical locations hit. As you can see there, the driver is now dead, so the driver himself sort of kind of has physics. When you actually kill the driver, the driver just slumps over the steering wheel. So actually, you could technically take these vehicles out with nothing more than machine guns and not actually really do any damage itself to the vehicle, but still be able to kill the driver. You know, a couple rounds from a 50 cal right into the driver's door would be enough to kill the driver because these things don't have much in the way of armor. Good enough for small caliber rifle rounds, but wouldn't be good enough for a 50 cal. As you can obviously see here, not very good with the tow missiles. Now I am going to go into the AAR mode here, which I kind of forgot how to go to. As you can see, it's got a fuel tank, engine, transmission, and drive shaft. So it does have important features, and even though I was trying to shoot through the engine block, it was good enough to actually get the driver on the first shot. Went clean through the engine block, through the firewall, and right into the driver's compartment, killing the driver. So it's nice to see that the vehicle does have impact and collision mechanics as well, which is, you know, it's pretty standard anymore. They have that. The devs have been able to take the time to make sure that is on most of the vehicles. Actually, I think all the vehicles at this point, except for maybe the M901 Angry Wally, has those mechanics. And I could be mistaken about the Angry Wally. That may have actual interior collision as well. I just can't quite recall. Next thing I'm going to show you here is I'm going to show you a little bit of the improvements to the vegetation. They've actually added new vegetation, as well as they've also added tank platoon mechanics. So now you can actually, in the platoon commander vehicle, the platoon command tank, you can actually command the group around. You can change the formations, the spacing of the formations, as well as the formation shape itself, which there's multiple different versions. And to access that mode, it is the Q key. And they actually came up with a diagram showing you the various types of formations, with the yellow tank being the platoon commander tank. And these are the different types of formations. Now, these formations I am familiar with. There's echelon left and echelon right, which basically they're just mirrored. You have column formation, wedge formation, line formation, diamond formation, and star formation. Now, there is one formation here I'm familiar with that's not here, and that's called a V formation. That's for defending roads. And honestly, I am not familiar with the star formation. I cannot recall that one from my time in the service. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I don't remember that formation. But you can access the formations. You can access it with the Q key. And there's a formations tab. You click the formations tab and it will give you a drop down where you can actually access the different things, such as the formation group. You can tell the group to stop. You can change the shaping of the group, so you can change your formation itself. And you can actually change the distancing of the formation. Right now it's set for 10, 20, 30, and 40 meters. That being said, my experience, we've had formations out to 200 meters, which is the gapping in between each individual tank. In this situation, probably at most you would actually want to get is 100 meters, but basically probably most of the time you're going to be rocking out around 50 meters. As you can see there, I was accessing the platoon window, so that's how you do it. And like I said, you just hit the Q key and you can access that. I do actually show, there's only one tank with me at one point, but I do actually show that he is in formation with me. It kind of looks like he's in an echelon right pattern, and that's because I actually had him in a wedge formation, but it was only my tank and his tank, so yeah, there's that. But we'll fire off a couple more shots here. I'll see if I'm pretty sure I got a good recording of me actually looking over at one of my allied tanks, showing off that he is in formation with me. Drive around here, hit some more targets. Right now we're just kind of hunting around for targets to kill. And there we go. See, that Abrams is right. Oh, sorry. I think I have him in a line formation at this time. But that tank is actually in formation with me. And as you can see, he is also scanning around looking for targets. So it's nice to see those improvements in the AI, as well as there was other improvements as well in the AI. I am actually not going over every single little thing that was in the patch notes. But the patch notes is on the Discord site, which you can actually get that link through the Gunner Heat PC website itself. I'll make sure the link is in the video description as soon as I get this video uploaded. But as you can see, it's to me, it's a welcome change. It's nice to see the improvements in the AI, how the AI works, and the different things of that nature. Just how it's all coming together, how it's all getting pieced together, the advanced mechanics that are involved in the game. The different. What's interesting is these BRDM2s actually trying to engage our Abrams tanks. I figured they'd be trying to run away more than engage, but yeah, there we go. There's one shot. Unfortunately, it was a Sabo round, so I didn't do a whole heck of a lot of damage. But that shot did the trick. So there it is, folks. New update for Gunner Heat PC, introducing another new vehicle. So actually, that is, within the past month, that is 3 new vehicles that have been added to Gunner Heat PC. The first 2 being the Ural truck, and then the BMP-1, and now we got the M923 cargo truck, as well as many other improvements, things along the lines of the optimization, the enhancements in the AI, things of that nature. Anyway, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this Gunner Heat PC. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have yourself a wonderful day.